Profile share via email report story. App rappingerly is not a word, third paw. Ochako and the girls exchanged numbers today after school, hoping that they all can hang out tomorrow. As soon as Ochako got home, she noticed that she was put in a group chat with all the girls in class 1A and the chat was blowing up. Momo trying to get an exact time of when to show up and where. Mina sharing memes. Toru was fangirling about some celebrity. Suyu was trying to calm everyone down. And Jiro wasn't even responding. Who knew that a group chat can be this wild? She never knew her friends could be this wild. Well, she knew Mina and Toru could be. Ochako turned off her phone and laid down in bed. Her mind trailed off to random things. Dash 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 dot. It was the next day, the day that the girls decide to go and have fun, because that's what they want to do. Girls just wanna have fun. Momo managed to get a time and place to meet up at from Mina. They all agreed on meeting at 8:30 a.m. at the mall. Since it was Saturday, they can have the whole day to themselves. Ochako zoned out while waiting for her friends. She still can't understand what she was feeling for Izuku. It doesn't really feel like admiration. So that's not it. Oh noes, what if it's a really strong hate? No, that's not it, Chako, huh? Birth to Ochako. Mina waved her hand in front of Ochako's face. Uraraka snapped out of her daze. Hey, you okay? Asked a worried Toru. Oh, yeah, sorry, I just kinda spaced off. Ochako explained. The girls glanced at each other with worried gazes. Okay, well, we're going to go grab a snack or something first. You want to do that? Momo asked Ochako. Okay, sure, Ochako enthusiastically said, jumping up from her seat on a bench in the mall. They grabbed a bite and started to walk around the mall. They stopped by a couple of clothing stores and bought some stuff. Some of the walk around the mall, Ochako just zoomed off into space. She couldn't really help it, she was confused. Something she was feeling that she never has felt before just popped up. Of course she was going to take time out of whatever she was doing to think about it. Hey, Ochako, Sue, her best friend out of all the girls, got her attention. What are you thinking about, if I may ask? Asui asked, putting a finger on her chin. Ochako looked at the ground. Suyu had somehow caught all of the girls' attention with this question. Now all of the girls are staring at her. Yeah, tell us what's on your mind, girl. We won't judge or anything. Mina encouraged. They were in the middle of the mall, and Ochako didn't really feel comfortable talking about this in such a public place for some reason. It was, like, an instinct feeling. Okay, but, let's get out of the mall first. I don't really feel comfortable talking about this in a public place. Ochako explained. Whatever is going on with her body was no one else's business. The girls exited the mall and started to walk to the train station to get a ride home. Okay, now, what's on your mind? Toru asks. Ochako took a deep breath. What if this was something serious, like a need for heart surgery or something? Well, recently, my heart's been all stirred up for some reason. Ochako explained, trailing off. Mina gasped, causing Ochako to begin worrying. You're in love, Mina happily exclaimed. Ochako's face went beet red. Wait, you might have the wrong idea. Ochako hid her face in her hands. Nope. So, who is it? Mina asked, leaning closer to Ochako. Ochako backed away, waving her hands in front of her face. I don't think you should pressure her, Sue said. They made it to the train station. They all boarded the train. The word spined around Uraraka's head on the ride back. You're in love. No, that can't be it, but what if it is? No, it's not now. She was in denial. In love. With Izuku Midoriya. How? When? Why? Promoted stories. You'll also like. My best friend is my lover Izuo-cha. 11K155. Deku, Ochako, and Bakugo are childhood friends. However, Deku has a crush on Ochako in their middle school years. However, Bakugo knows that Deku has a crush on her. Check mark one-sided. 133K 5.1K. This is a Baku Deku fanfic. Izuku's dream of being a hero changes after he got diagnosed to be quirkless. That dream had become a distant fantasy, but he soon twisted. My Yellow 18 plus. 39.1K 661. Izuku Midoriya, a soldier in the military, finally goes home after 13 years of staying as an active duty. Blank, an Izuku x Ochako romance story, living in AQ. Prove them wrong. 251K 6.7K. Heart Izuku Midoriya's world comes crumbling down. He's all alone in a world with no one to care for him. He ends up in the streets. When he disappears, his childhood, open hollow corner bracket SS, close hollow corner bracket, Iswocha. 12.2K 416. And quote, Ochako, I love you with all my heart. Will you please go to prom with me? And quote. Ochako Uraraka isn't your avenue. The Seeing Hero version 1. 4.6K 65. Izuku gets to have a normal childhood and even gets to be really close friends Bakugo. His dad is also present in his life and he's really cool. Once he starts high school. My boyfriend Toki. Todoroki x Fem. Deku. 102K 1.8K. Uncompleted never will be. God, I hate this. Izuku and Todoroki have always been friends, from the time they were youngins to when Bakugo boldly confessed to Izuku aft. She doesn't understand. Well, he is smart, strong, a little handsome, cute, selfless, and overall, amazing. Well, how can she not fall in love with a guy like that? But it's not that, maybe, she just thinks of him as an amazing friend and that somehow tracked into her feelings. Yeah, she just badly wants to be his friend. Mega best friend. She chuckles at herself. The train stopped, it was her stop. Ochako and the girls got off the train and started heading back to their homes. Hey, Ochako, Mina called towards Ochako when they're about to part paths. Yeah, Uraraka questions. This isn't over. You're going to tell me who you like. One way or another. Mina says as she goes her separate ways from the brown-haired girl. Mina, that's creepy, don't do that. Sue said, watching Mina go. Okay, bye guys. Mina yelled as she walked away. Ochako and Suyu waved to her. Ochako noticed that all the other girls were already gone. She doesn't remember them leaving, she must have been deep in thought. Ochako made it to her house. Ochako waved bye to Asui as she went inside her house. Ochako walks into her room and clasps onto her bed. She runs her hands down her face. Ochako doesn't know how to deal with these feelings. Clunk. Izuku's eyes shoot open. Clunk. The sound from his window happens again. Slowly, Midoriya gets up from bed and walks over to his window. He hesitantly grabs his window curtains and opens them to look outside for the source of the sound. He looks down and doesn't believe what he sees. It's Ochako, throwing pennies at his window. She sees him and waves. Izuku opens his window. Ochako, what are you doing? Izuku whisper yells from his window. Get down here, she whisper yells back. Izuku looks for somewhere to climb out of window and stand on. Izuku's room is on the highest floor in the house. If he jumps out of his window, he is guaranteed to break a bone. Not finding something to step on to climb out of his window, he walks away from the window. Izuku tiptoes to his bedroom door and quietly opens it, cringing when it squeaks. He stands there for a moment, making sure it didn't wake up his mom. When it has been a minute and no mom coming over to see what he's doing, he proceeds to quietly make his way downstairs. He makes his way downstairs and, wasting no time, he tiptoes over to the front door. As quietly as possible, Izuku opens the front door. It makes a little bit of noise, making Izuku paranoid and look all around for any signs that it woke up his mom. Seeing and hearing none, he walks out of the house and softly shuts the door behind him. Ochako starts to walk towards Izuku. Ochako. Izuku runs up to Uraraka. Hey, Uraraka greets. Come on, let's go do something. Ochako says, starting to make her way out of the neighborhood. Izuku runs up to walk with her. Are you sure about this? It's a school night. Izuku warns. I'm sure, just calm down and let's have some fun. Ochako said, smiling at Izuku's worry. Alright, let's go, Ochako excitedly said, running towards town. Izuku follows. They run all around, not really having a destination. Soon they make their way to a convenience store. They calmly walk inside, looking for nothing really. Wanna grab a couple of snacks? Ochako asks, looking at the snacks. Can't, didn't bring my money. Izuku explains. That's okay, I can buy it. Ochako offers. No, it's okay, I don't want you to waste your money on me. Izuku denies, waving his hands in front of himself. Ever had a Twinkie before? Ochako asks, holding up a Twinkie. Izuku stares at the Twinkie. No, he replies. Ochako grabs the Twinkie and a Twix bar and walks up to the checkout counter. She buys the Twix and Twinkie and they both leave the store. Ochako hands Izuku the cream-filled bread for him to try. You have literally never had a Twinkie before? Asks Ochako, staring at Izuku. No, Izuku replies, taking the Twinkie from Ochako. You really didn't have to buy me something. Izuku says, feeling guilty. No, I wanted to. Ochako says, eating her Twix. They walk through town, finishing their snacks and throwing away the wrappers. They somehow make their way over to the beautiful park they went to the last time they hung out this late at night. The park had a lake that they immediately went to the second they stepped onto the park's turf. At night, the lake was beautiful, the slightest lights in the park, along with the stars in the sky, reflected off of the water. It was gorgeous. They walked over the wooden walkway that was over the water, and sat down. They stared out at the view of the water. Hey, wanna go for a swim? Asks Ochako, looking at Izuku. Midoriya stares back at her. In our clothes? He asks. Yeah, what else are we gonna wear? Ochako asks, smiling at his question. Izuku looks out at the water. Ochako gets up, and steps over to where the walkway and land meet. Izuku looks back at her, almost as if to ask, where are you going? Ochako runs down the balcony, and cannonballs into the water. The water splashed onto Izuku, who just stared in disbelief in what Uraraka just did. Ochako rises from the water and looks over to Izuku. Come on. Ochako encouraged Izuku to also get in the water. Hesitantly, Izuku gets up and walks over to the edge of the balcony. I'm gonna regret this, Izuku mumbled as he stares out at the water. Just jump in, Ochako yells. Taking Ochako's advice, Izuku jumps into the water. Ochako swims over to Izuku. Cold, 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 Izuku chants, emerging from the water. Ochako giggles a little. You'll get used to it, water's weird like that. Ochako explains. It's not even cold out of water right now. the water just wants to be held to whoever swims in it. Soon, the water warmed up for Izuku. The second it did, his first instinct was to splash Ochako with it, and that's how a splashing war between the two got started. Smiling and laughing, their hearts beating in sync. It'll take some time for Ochako to get used to this new feeling. Heyo, you ever get that crappy feeling whenever you don't like something you created? Yeah, I'm getting that from this chapter. I don't really like it, and that chapter, drinks and summer, blah. But there's nothing I can really do about it. I wrote it, I guess I'm gonna keep it the way it is to me. Tinkering with it isn't really gonna make a difference. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. I sure didn't. Weird Kid, where stories live. Discover now.